We are looking at analyzing a particular sentence from the story. Okay, we're actually going to analyze 2 different sentences. We're going to be answering some questions here. And we're also going to be discussing how these sentences contribute to the overall structure of the story. How does it help move along the theme or the setting? Okay, so question 1 deals with describing the main purpose of the sentence in the story. Okay, and why does the author include the sentence in the story? Okay, now this is our sample question down here. What is the main purpose of the following sentence in the story? Okay, this is directly from our short story, Just Once. Now in his senior season, the Moose had twice been named to the all-conference team and was considered a cinch for All-State. Now we have read that quite a few times. We used it in our last activity. Now we're using it here in activity 12. All right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of thinking help here. And for our thinking help, I'm going to say, what does it show or explain? Okay, what does this sentence here show or explain? So we're going to use, let's see here. We're going to say, and that's a little bit small, so I will go ahead and move that in for you so you can see it. Okay, now, what is the main purpose of this sentence? What does it show? Okay, so the main purpose of this sentence in the story, let's go ahead and write that. So the main purpose of this sentence is to show the reader, I should say, that the moose is an excellent, move that down a little bit, is an excellent, and not only is he excellent, he's accomplished football player. Okay, this sentence here, now in he's a senior in high school, and he had been twice named to the all-conference team. So he's an excellent football player, and actually, even right around this same time in the story, we learn that he is reading, college acceptance letters left and right. He gets them every day, and he is able to, probably get a scholarship because of his football playing. Okay, so this is what you need to have down on your paper. Okay, and question 2, how does the sentence, we're going to use a sentence again, contribute to the development of the plot? Okay, so I'm going to give you some thinking help. Why does it, why is it important? That's what we're going to write here. This is what you want to ask yourself. So, why is it important? Okay. What does it reveal? Okay. And what happens as a result? Okay, so let's write that. Okay, so why is it important? What does it reveal? And what happens in the story as a result? Now here is the part, and actually there is a typo in here, so let's fix that right now. It says, in the story, Moose finally goes public with his hang-up and tells Coach Williams that he wants to carry the ball. How does this event? Moose finally goes public with his hang-up and tells Coach Williams that he wants to carry the ball. We are going to cross this out, so go ahead and take your pencil, because this is a typo here. I am going to write a strongly worded email to our friend Erin Cobb here. I'm just kidding. We all make mistakes, of course. How does this event contribute to the development of the plot? Okay, now we know what the plot is, right? That's all those wonderful things. We have the rising action, the climax, the falling action, right? And then the ending to the story. How does this piece when he finally goes public with his hang up and he tells the coach that he wants to carry the ball, how does this piece right here, how does it contribute to the development of the plot? Well, you know, it's important because it's the first piece of the major rising action. It establishes Moose's goal and it sets his plan in motion. If he didn't do this, you know, we would never know that his dream of carrying the ball was something that was real to him, and he was basically obsessing over it, remember? Because this is his hang up. He was hung up on this idea of carrying the ball. And even though he was named you know, all-state, and he was just this awesome football player that colleges were calling him, I mean, nobody knew that he had this hang up. He wanted to carry the ball. He wanted to see what it was like. So if this would have never happened in the story, I mean, first of all, we wouldn't have a story, would we? It wouldn't be a story because this was the whole point of the story. But if this would have never happened, we wouldn't have had the first piece of the rising action, basically. Okay, so that was a lot to say, but let's put it into a short paragraph. Okay, so let's start out with, this event is important to the story because, because it is the first part, or actually let's say the first major part of the rising action. Okay, and I will move this, of course, so you can read it a little bit better. It establishes Moose's goal, and it sets his plan in motion. Because he had a plan, didn't he? He was going to carry that ball. He was going to make sure that it happened. Okay, this is the first step that Moose takes in pursuing his dream of carrying the ball. Let me move this down so you can see it hopefully a little bit better. Okay, the first step Moose takes in pursuing his dream of carrying the ball, and let's add one more sentence here. Without having told his coach that never could have happened. Okay, so this is what we're writing. This event is important to the story because it is the first major part of the rising action. And my spacing is all off. I hope you can read that. It establishes Moose's goal and sets his plan in motion. This is the first step Moose takes in pursuing his dream of carrying the ball. Without having told his coach, that never could have happened. Okay, so if he never would have told his coach, it never would have set this whole plan in motion, and we would not have a story, I would argue. Okay, that is it for activity 12. What I want you to do with this piece is you are going to take out your reading literature notebook. That is the one that starts out with Little Red Riding Hood, and we have our story plot and everything in there. And I want you to cut out these two squares, okay? Or I guess they're kind of rectangular. You're going to cut out one, and then you're going to cut out two, okay? And you're going to glue them in. You're just going to glue them into your book, okay? Just make them fit. And you can take up 2 pages or take up 1 page, whatever you need to do. All right, so this whole page can just be ripped out of the packet and you can glue it in. Okay, I will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.